Aloha and welcome to another episode of Cape and Cowl Reacts. This is the place to come when something awesome's come out and you want to talk about it. Alright, I'm your host Alex Burns and I'm joined with Stephen Carter.
Hello.
Okay, so let's get into this. Suicide Squad trailer broke and in a word, awesome.
Yeah, it's looking really good, isn't it?
It's looking super sweet. This is totally different from what DC are doing with Batman vs Superman. They've got free reign to float around in this universe and I think it's benefiting from having a really fresh sort of approach to it.
Yeah, well, it's one of those trailers that is really well put together. Good soundtrack. Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah. And yeah, it's one of those trailers that conjured up memories of Guardians of the Galaxy, really, in terms of funness.
Definitely.
With Bruce Wade and everything like that rocking out.
We've said this for a while, haven't we, down the pub? We've been like, yo, Suicide Squad, that is totally DC's Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. They can just, as much as Suicide Squad is connecting to the heroes, you know, Guardians didn't connect to really, aside from Thanos, anything else going on
pretty much
in the MCU. And it just looks like it's really benefiting from just being a step away from a superhero, because I think this taps into origin movies are getting a bit tired.
Yeah.
You know? So let's just do something crazy. Let's introduce new characters in a new way, man. This is like, and it looks fantastic. I mean, we'll touch on this sort of opening. We meet these characters. They're stuck in this Cadmus prison.
Yep.
Viola Davis is back as Amanda Waller, and she is, you know her from the comics, some sociopathic psycho. She's always doing it for the right reasons, but her methods are just like, you know, she makes Batman look a bit pedestrian with some of the stuff that she ends up doing. So really excited to see them. I mean, we got to look at the gang, Katana, Killer Croc, Diablo, Slipknot. You were really impressed with Jay Courtney's Boomerang character.
Jay Courtney's Boomerang, yeah. He had a lot more screen time in this trailer. And it seems like an interesting character, because he's been a bit of a laughable character in the comics, really, hasn't he?
Well, yeah.
Bit of a back.
Boomerangs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, what's awesome about that? But yeah, he seems a bit more of a badass in this one. Like you see him screaming at the cell, telling him to, you know,
he looks funny. He opens the little beer can in amongst all the action.
I think that my favourite is just when it straight out from when he's let out the body bag and just takes out.
Just a nice right cross there. Swift to the face. He looks great. I mean, you need those characters. We've got a sort of a hit list that we think some characters are safe. So we think Boomerang's definitely safe.
Possibly. I mean,
I think he is, man. I think he's got a bit of.
I reckon he could be one of those characters that is going to get the audience on his side, but I reckon he could potentially. It's one of them tears.
I'm already jerking tears.
But
yeah,
in
terms of the death, I reckon we're going to say goodbye to Slipknot. I think he's surplus to requirements for the rest of the DC universe.
Well, we haven't seen much of him, have we? No. It's been very two-dimensional.
No. Of course, the government entourage of soldiers will definitely be getting...
Like the red shirts.
Yeah, they'll be going down the way, man. They're gone, man. They're covered in blood. And we've got... who are the other ones? So we've got Katana. She's safe. I'm pretty sure. I mean, she's too cool, I think, to not have around just to be about. Enchantress.
Yes.
Definitely playing a big role in this movie. Deadshot is Will Smith. There's talk about him doing a team-up movie with Batman. Not sure about that one, but you weren't too impressed with Will Smith again?
No.
Doesn't seem to be given much to do, is he?
They seem to be going the wrong way about the character, to be honest. I'm not sure if it's Will Smith's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, he didn't really need to be in this film, but at the same time...
He's a crucial member of Squad, though.
Yeah,
you know, Floyd Lawton.
The character
Yeah, true.
But yeah, it's just the way that they've made him out to be this kind of this reluctant hero sort of thing. He, I mean, in the comics, he's an all-out anarchist, really, isn't he?
Yeah, he just assassinates people
for the fun of it,
because it pays well, and they've sort of rounded his character. I think he's one of those people that he's got such a cool villainous costume. It's almost like the concept of him. He's a bit like Boba Fett, where people make up way more about him than is actually what you see in the comics and stuff. So yeah, I'd love to see, you know, of course they're saying these guys are the worst heroes ever. I think definitely we didn't see much of Will Smith. I can't see him just being a bit part. He's too much of an A-lister to get sort of lumped in. So I think we'll be seeing backstories for him, which should hopefully alleviate some of those concerns. And definitely the backstory that everyone's really excited about is Harley Quinn.
How Harley became Harley Quinn.
Yeah, we definitely will see that. I mean, we saw the shot of Jared Leto's Joker. We'll get onto him in a second. But we see that shot of Jared Leto with the Joker with Harley and Quinzel, transforming her into Harley Quinn. That's definitely a flashback. He's got the purple shirt on, she's got the blue shirt, and the colours washing away in the Ace chemical vat, and everyone knows that's
really
Joker
symbolic
becomes Joker.
Yeah.
So it's the birthing thing. We see him actually jump like an Assassin's Creed leap of faith into the vat. So that is wonderful, wonderful. But to get onto the Joker himself,
yeah, no, he's looking really scary now, isn't he?
Or I think this is putting all the naysayers to doubt. It was weird when you had the Macaulay Culkin Home Alone picture that they came out with.
Yeah,
there was a bit of concern. I mean, the tattoos threw up conception. And
I still don't like the tattoos.
But you didn't like tattoos in general. I think maybe that's where that comes from. A bit old-fashioned is he? I think Suicide Squad is tapping into that young sort of demographic where, you know, it's like hashtagging squad and like they're getting involved in what young people, young fans do in terms of comics. I think these guys are tapping into the cosplayers, you know, the people that sort of really live this passion. Harley Quinn is already like the most cosplayed comic book character ever. It's only gonna go up from now.
Yeah.
And Jared Leto, I think, is the perfect symbol of what an anarchist like the Joker would be in you know, if he was a bit younger and in a different light to Heath Ledger, who was a bit more
if you remember the memes that came out as well when Jared Leto was first disclosed, they had the whole different photos of different Jokers and stuff like that. So we had Heath Ledger's one as the anarchist,
yes,
and then we had Mark Hamill's one as the Joker, sort of the all-rounder sort of thing. But yeah, they had him as the psychopath, didn't they? And yeah, he kind of fits the bill quite well there.
Well, he's looking great, and you know, there's so much fanboy satisfaction in this trailer. We see him with the black tuxedo outfit, which is the Alex Ross painting that everyone loves. We've seen him with the white tuxedo sort of thing, which is reminiscent of Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, which of course, combining that with Ben Affleck's Dark Knight Returns influence,
Batman, it fits really, doesn't it?
Very exciting. But yeah, Joker looks like hell, man. I want to see this movie just because of this guy. And also, what capacity is he rolling in? Because obviously we know the Squad are fighting another supernatural threat. I think the Joker's MO is to get Harley back.
It seems like it, or just cause outright pandemonium.
Yeah, but I think he's after her. I think we're going to go back to that. You know, they want to set these two up. They're flashing back to the origin of the Joker and Harley for a reason, and I really think he's out to get his lady back for whatever happened. They got separated somehow. But what's interesting is, of course, is the next threat. You know, because we saw some crazy stuff going on.
There's some really weird stuff going on in this trailer. So I think the standout thing was obviously the weird humanoid thing in the subway.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get a quick shot of it there. Like, you know, it's weird. It's just like, what is this guy? Anyone's guess is valid at this moment.
I've heard some rumours about it being, well, the tattooed man and things like that. I personally think it could be something that Enchantress could be manifesting.
Yeah.
Okay. It could be a
losing control.
Yeah. She could be just slowly losing it in her fabric of reality, and things are just getting worse.
What's interesting about Cara Delevingne as Enchantress, she's obviously got a huge role in it, but we see the warped witch side of her, where she's possessed and she looks great and she's got all this black craziness around her. Yeah. But then we've also got shots of her interacting with Rick Flag.
Yeah.
Seemingly together, like they look like there might be some kind of love interest there. She's playing with his hair, and she's totally like decked out, glasses, and she looks professional, totally regular. So what's the case? Is she a bit more of a free agent when it comes to Cadmus because they just can't contain her?
Yeah, well, they might be under the illusion that they might think that they've got her under control.
Yeah,
and that could be their mistake. That could be what they're trying to bring all the other guys in and get their plausible deniability.
Exactly.
She's gone rogue, and therefore they need them to take her down.
I'm super excited about who this villain could be, because I mean, aside from we're obviously getting the new DC Magic universe. You know, there was a rumor going around that everyone's Kryptonian, that it's all descended from
that's an old one. Yeah.
Thank God that's not happening, because that would just be so lame and just taking away so much rich material.
Someone's going down the mistakes that Amazing Spider-Man 2 did, where everything's coming out of Oscorp.
Oscorp's the be-all and end-all of everything. But no, my little theory is that what's coming out after Suicide Squad? Wonder Woman. And we know Wonder Woman takes place in the past, so there might be some sort of flashes to the future, but from the footage we saw, it was very much set in the past, with World War One going on, Chris Pine and everything. We know that I'm not going to get to drink this. I'm just going to take a swig. We know that Wonder Woman is from Themyscira, Amazon princess. She's totally connected to the gods and everything, And my stake is Ares, Felix Faust, Medusa.
Yeah.
That dude, like chucking that. Like,
there was a lot of tentacle things
like snakes.
Yeah,
and we've seen that in the JL cartoon. You remember Ares had the snake tongue. I think that's the way we could be going. We could be getting some kind of setup for how there's, they had a big war in the Wonder Woman universe where they locked away all of the really bad gods.
Yeah.
And, Ares is one of them. And what if this is a gateway? We see some kind of portal that opens with some weird looking characters, and some of them look like they're wearing like skirts with like sandals and odd helmets that kind of remind me of Thor. And the Loki helmets, and it wouldn't hurt DC to go down like a magical route of trying to set that sort of world up. So I'd be really interested to see how Batman Dawn of Justice affects Suicide Squad and how Suicide Squad
affects Wonder Woman.
Because they're going to want to connect them, not like in a restrictive way, but definitely in a way that makes people excited for what's coming next.
Yeah,
because they'd be silly not to.
They've got to get some kind of continuity going on, and obviously something to keep the audience coming back for more. Really, Marvel's got such a stranglehold on the market so far, so. Yeah, they need to get their foot in the door, really.
Yeah,
don't they?
Exactly. Hopefully, there's room for both of them. It'd be amazing if they all made $1 billion each. Hopefully, it won't divide the market and they all start making less.
Yeah.
But we'll just come on to our final thought, and this one is a bit of a theory. It's a rumor that's making track now, and I would be excited if this came to fruition.
Yes, I know you would.
Yeah, definitely. So Nightwing.
Yeah. There's a tiny rumor going around about who Scott Eastwood's going to be playing. Again, they haven't announced anything yet. It could just be a ploy. I mean, he's fairly fresh on the scene, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, well, he's a good-looking dude.
Yeah,
he looks like. The idea is that he's just a military grunt by the looks of things in the trailer. You don't see very much from him. He's kind of, and it seems a waste because he's got a great sort of build. He looks like he ties in age-wise with Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne. He's about 10, 15 years younger. So he'd make a perfect Dick Grayson. We know there's already a dead Robin in Batman vs. Superman. It would tie in nicely. What if, Batman's a bit busy now? He's kind of got a Justice League to set up.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's got the superpower being to be fighting. So
we don't know who's making it out of there. Could this be Nightwing undercover, like he is in the Grayson series that's currently going on in the DC at the moment?
Yeah,
that'd be sweet.
So it's a good theory. I mean, like I say, he could just turn out to be a grunt and he dies halfway through.
I know, but he just looks perfect to me. I know some people have done a couple of fan arts because that's how speedy everyone is on this. He just looks cool, man, and I'd love it for it to tie because we know Batman's in Suicide Squad. We know he's going to be in the flashback sequence. There's been shots of Ben Affleck in Toronto while they were filming as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that's what leads me on to a lovely bit where the way they could tie off the film is he reports back and then goes up to Bruce Wayne, sort of say, these are my findings. Yeah, we've got some trouble going on.
Not even Batman. Just Bruce Wayne, sort of just in character. They meet at like a restaurant or something, and they start talking like off the cuff, just about stuff. Man, that was crazy, sort of stuff. And it's just like, what did you find out? And then all of a sudden, he's just reveals that he's Nightwing and stuff. Like, they could reference Superman and one. It would be amazing, just like as a last scene to get people sort of excited. That'd be incredible.
Fanboy alert.
Yeah, fanboy, man. Well, we start to get Nightwing involved, and that's the part of the Batman mythos I love the most. Batman and his sort of legacy of the people he inspires. Yes. That works so well for me. So we've never seen that on film before. That could be totally different. But man, Suicide Squad, so much to love, so much to get excited about. Yeah. We're going to wrap it up.
We could go on forever.
And, one day we might. But we'll let you guys go. We'll keep you guys excited for everything Suicide Squad. So keep it here. Remember, visit capeandcow.co.uk and like and subscribe. Until then, we'll see you soon. Take care.
See you later.